G'day and welcome to today's Bottom Up Boats No Knots episode, where we show you 3 different techniques to ensure you can tie the most perfect cleat hitch regardless of the size of line or the length of cleat. So let's start with the simplest of cleat hitches, which you're going to use most of the time, which is the half loop cleat hitch. Before taking a look at the different combinations that you can use depending on the length of the cleat and the width of the line. To start off the cleat hitch, you want to take your rope from the boat and wrap it around the end of the cleat furthest away from where it's affixed to the boat. You then want to wrap it around 2 ends of the cleat, that's the half loop, before coming up over the cleat, and then finally looping the rope back on top of itself. This will give you 2 lines parallel together with one locking over the top. So now that we know how to tie the simplest of cleat hitch, the half loop hitch, let's take a look at the simple rules of thumb to know whether this is going to be sturdy enough or whether you're going to have to upgrade to the full loop or multi-loop hitch to ensure that the boat that you're tying off remains secure on the cleat. The general rule of thumb is for every 1/16 of rope width, you're going to need to have a cleat that's 1 inch for every 1/16. If you don't have this combination and the rope is a little bit thinner for the length of the cleat, you will find that the cleat hitch can slip, and that's where we need to upgrade to either the full or multi-loop hitch. For the next part of the demonstration, we're using a 12-inch cleat. I'm going to look at 3 different rope widths. Firstly, the 1/8 or 3 mil, the 1/4 or 6 mil, and then the 3/4, which is 19 mil rope. Now let's see what happens when we tie the half loop cleat hitch with the 1/8 rope. As we complete the hitch and then put some tension on it, you'll see that there is not enough friction to hold the cleat and it comes easily undone. So when you have a rope that is incorrectly matched to the size of the cleat, in this case too thin, you need to increase the number of turns around the base of the cleat before finishing it off to increase the friction levels. So in this case, we've done a full turn around the base before looping back over the cleat and then finishing it off by looping it over back on top of itself. If we just freeze it there, you'll see that this full loop cleat hitch ends up with the tail of the rope pointing back to the boat that you're fastened to. If we roll it forward, you'll see that there's still not enough friction even with the full loop to stop it coming out with the 1/8 inch rope. So now we need to go to the multi-loop cleat hitch. So you'll see here now we do 2 full turns around the base before looping up over on itself and then looping the tail back around to finish it. If we give it a tug now, due to the extra turns around the base of the cleat, we end up with a cleat hitch with very little slippage that tightens upon itself. Now let's upgrade to the 4/16 or 1/4 inch line and see how this rope thickness performs with both the half loop and full loop. So let's complete the half loop hitch and then give it some tension, and you'll see that there is more friction than with the 1/8 inch line, but still it wouldn't take too much tension for the cleat to come fully undone, leaving you with a boat drifting away from the dock. If the rope is too narrow for the length of the cleat, you need to upgrade. So we're going to do the full loop cleat hitch this time and see how it performs under tension. You'll see that with that extra half a loop, we've created enough friction underneath the cleat to prevent any slippage with this width of line. Now let's take a look at what happens when we take our 12-inch cleat and pair it with 12/16 or 3/4 inch line. When we do the half loop cleat hitch, as we did earlier, you'll see that there is no slippage. While the half loop cleat hitch has no slippage when paired with the right rope size, we'd still recommend that this be a short-term cleat hitch that you use generally when you're staying on the boat. If you're going to be leaving the boat for a long period of time, or maybe there's bad weather conditions, we would still recommend the full loop cleat hitch for maximum safety and security. It has the added benefit that the tail of the line can point back towards the boat. It can be very useful if you're mooring in high tidal areas where you may require a spring lead to fully secure your vessel. The one disadvantage with the full or multi-loop cleat hitch is that you may get the rope caught up on top of itself under load. If this does happen, you'll just need to really pull hard to free up the rope as you unwind the cleat hitch. So thanks for making it to the end of today's video. Hopefully now you know how to tie the perfect cleat hitch, regardless of the length of the cleat or the width of the line that you've given to use. It'll really help us out if you give us a like, and don't forget to subscribe to make sure that you get all the latest updates from Bottom Up Boats as soon as they're released.